another deck that I pulled out of my closet. For those of you who didn't see the very first one, I was a budget Magic the Gathering player back in 2013. Played till about 2017, and now I'm just digging through my closet, going through 2 totes worth of Magic cards, and just seeing what I was playing, seeing what I was cooking up on a budget back in the day. So I have a dual deck box here. These are not anywhere related to what's on the cover, and we're going to start with the one on the left. So again, did not have a lot of money when I started playing this game, but I still want to take part in some events, play against some friends who were into it, and without a huge budget, this is what I ended up running for Friday Night Magic events, or like I said, just playing with friends for fun. So this is a red, white, black angels themed deck. You're gonna see a lot of angels, angelic, maybe some card art with some angel related inside of it. But let's just go through it and see what I was doing. First up, a Chroma Angel of Fury. We have a 5 colorless 3 red legendary creature. Not really sure how I came about this one. I want to say she's in core sets or easily available. I remember her being not too difficult to track down and not for a whole lot of scratch. Anyway though, she can't be countered. Flying, trample, protection from white and blue, pretty good. Pay 1 fighter when she's already out there. She gets a +1/+0 until end of turn. Nice little boost there, make her a 7/6. And she does have that morph ability. Face down, 2/2 creature, only for 3. So if I'm in a bit of a bind, or really want to catch my opponent, I don't know, napping, that's a good way to do it. Kind of a high cost overall to morph her back to what she normally is. Yeah, looking at 6 compared to that 8. Yeah, it might be cheaper, but you still gotta pay that 3 up front initially. I'm looking at the total mana cost to get her out. I don't remember her being much of a factor. I think there's only 1 copy of her in this, so probably didn't use her much. In fact, I don't recall using this deck a whole lot during Friday Night Magic events. Definitely played it for a modern event, maybe 2 times, and did some test plays with friends. But this deck, I don't think saw a lot of competition. But regardless, it's probably not a competitive deck to begin with, just more of me just brewing up around a theme. Lightning Bolt with a white border. Oh, I'm not sure where I got this. Kind of interesting, older looking. Lightning Bolt, pretty self-explanatory. 1 red. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Good way to melt some people's health down or get rid of a creature I don't want to deal with. That's early game. Anything with 3 or less health. Terror. 1 colorless, 1 black. Destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. Can't be regenerated. Good way to get something off the board really quick. So as I said, this is more of an angelic theme, but I mean, we do have a dwarf soldier here. Aerial Responder with 1 colorless, 2 white. Flying, Vigilance, and Lifelink. I like that trilogy right there. That ain't too bad for 3 mana. I definitely like to see this maybe come out early. 2/3, yeah, you're not doing too much damage with that lifelink. If I get you out maybe turn 3, swing on turn 4, I'm getting a little bit of health back. That's not too bad. Not to mention flying and vigilance. So I can swing at you, get some life, keep them going, block an oncoming attack, especially from a flyer. Not too bad. Angelic Wall. 1 colorless, 1 white. It's just a defender and flying, but 0/4. Just a good little wall to have up for the beginning turns of the game. Aerial Responder. Already talked about that. A Full Art Plains. Ooh, Battle for Zendikar, I think, that BFC. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Just like how it looked. Okay, ooh, that is not my camera playing tricks here. That is actually a Russian card. I have no idea what this was. It's a mythic in Russian. That's all I know for now, but we'll put that to the side for a second. Plains. Windscarred Crag. Just a land. It comes in tapped, but I mean, once it's out and about, you can tap for either red or white. It does enter, you get a life. Not game changing, but I'm never complaining about life when running a black deck or black colored combination deck. Fretwork Colony, 1 colorless and 1 black. He can't block, which isn't, I guess, the end of the world, because it is a 1/1. It'll get destroyed by anything pretty much. But at the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1 counter on Fretwork Colony and you lose 1 life. So I could see him being a threat over time, and let me just dig really quick, because I'm trying to maybe see what I was trying to cook up here a little bit. I mean, I had that Windscarred Crag that gives me a life at the beginning. So I'm looking at this here with the life link. Yeah, getting little bits of life, because every upkeep, yeah, 1/1 counter, which is great, but I'm losing a life. So some life link, I mean, if I'm looking at my life as a resource pool, I'm getting more resources to get him going. He can't block, obviously, but, you know, few turns in, 3/3 for 2 mana, not too bad. You know, when I say not too bad, I'm speaking from someone who's not using a deck list, and not speaking from someone who spent $600 and up. I'm saying not bad for budget needs, just to have some fun and wreak a little bit of havoc for, you know, unsuspecting players. Fortified Rampart, another wall defender with 0/6 for 2. Very, very good wall. Actually, sorry, good defender, being only 2 mana. Good early game setup there. Night Market Lookout for only 1 black. It's a 1/1. Love to see those. Whenever Night Market Lookout becomes tapped, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. So, you know, I'm going to set maybe that to the side as well, just because I am liking what I was kind of crafting here with that, with the gaining life. I'm always getting life, and I'm not sure how many of these I'm running, so I'm going to keep this to the side just to see what I was trying to cook up here. Yoked Ox for 1 white, 0/4. I was really defense heavy here in this deck, and I'm thinking, with the angelic cards usually being beefier summons and requirements, I was probably just trying to stall out and bide my time. All right, there is another Fretwork Colony. Ultimate Price, I remember this one. 1 uncolored, 1 black, and destroy target mono-colored creature. Good way to get something off the board. Yeah, you do run into the risk of someone running a multicolored creature, but it's probably do the job for you. A Swamp. Interesting choice of art there for me. Not sure why I did it. Hey, Fretwork Colony, number 3. We got ourselves a plane. Another Windscarred Crag. Concealed Courtyard. He enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. That's cool. And then, yeah, I can either choose white or black there. Murder. 1 uncolored, 2 black. Destroy target creature. Again, way to get things off the field. From my first video, you know I like my rats. Thriving Rats with 1 uncolored, 1 black. So it's not a 1-drop like my other video with their Typhoid Rats, but 2-drop for 1/2. And it does enter with 2 energy counters. And whenever Thriving Rat attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on it. So I'm going to bump that up to a 2/3. Kaladesh, I think this one was. KLD down there in the bottom left. I'm not sure if I'm running much of that in the deck, though, so I'm probably not going to have much synergy with him. Not sure why I was running that, but maybe something will come up here in this pile that I'm just forgetting about. Another night market lookout. Eternal Thirst. 1 in color, 1 black. It's an enchantment for a creature. Cool. Enchanted creature has lifelink, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Not too bad. So you've seen a lot of walls so far in this deck. So, maybe I'm thinking, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, so, yeah, he's a defender. The 0/4 or 0/6, sorry, he's just a wall. But I mean, if I give the wall some wings here, figuratively, you know, whenever it dies, 1/1 counter, that makes it a 1/7. I'm not killing much with 1/7, maybe 2/8, because if I get 2 counters from 2 deaths from something, that might deter a little bit. Not sure why I decided to add this in here, especially with the early game cards being a lot of defenders, a lot of walls, and maybe later on it's a good end game kind of card with my angels coming up here. But maybe this was just to get some kind of damage generating, maybe some kind of deterrent to my opponent from just always swinging on me. Windscarred Crag. Plains. We got another Yoke Docks. So far, only 3 of those Fretwork Colonies. A Chroma Angel of Wrath. Oh man, this card's a little beat up, but I do dig that old art there. 5 uncolored, 3 white, flying. First strike, trample, haste, protection from black, protection from red. Not too bad, and a very good complement to the very first angel we saw. And looks like it has vigilance. Yeah, attacking doesn't cause it to tap. Obviously, for 8 mana late game, it's only a 6/6/2, kind of a heavy cost, but protection from black and red, and you get all those lovely flying for strike, trample, haste. That might be a fair payoff. Swamp. Another lightning bolt. I really wish I knew where these came from. Maybe the card shop, cheap, a trade given to me. I really don't know why I have white border cards in here, but I guess it adds a little pizzazz to the deck. Chaplain's Blessing. This is only 1 white and gain 5 life. Again, up there with those Fretwork Colonies, chipping away at my life in the beginning. I probably want as much life as I can get until I'm in a more comfortable state of the game. Concealed Courtyard. Hey, a lightning bolt, not as fancy. That looks like from the 2011 set. Yeah, I know what this does. I guess Angel, 4 uncolored, 2 white, flying, cool. And when it enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible as long as you control, I guess, Angel. Neat. So man, just this observation here, I'm paying not. This one's not too bad compared to the Chroma, I think it was. Yeah, so not as heavy as a cost. But I mean, you get this, you know, indestructible. Yeah, I'm not getting all the flying first strike and all that. It's not as heavy as a cost, I guess. I guess you could look at it that way. But you still get the indestructible there, so I guess I'm happily paying that and adding indestructible to something, probably a defender. Let's see, 4, 5, 6. At the earliest 6 turns into the game. Adding indestructible to a defender, I guess you always have something that just chump block constantly and never have to worry about it leaving. Let's see. Inspiring Vantage. Another land here. Enters the battlefield tapped unless I control 2 or fewer, and it is red or white. Windscarred Crag. We've seen this before. Another Terror. Another, I guess, Angel. Alright, this looks familiar from the very first deck I went through. Archfiend of Depravity. I do like this card with the 3 uncolored, 2 black. flying, can't go wrong with that. And at the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player chooses up to 2 creatures he or she controls, then sacrifices the rest. I'm gonna guess I probably only have 1 of these in here, only because the first deck I looked at had 3, so I'm guessing this is where the 4th is. If I had to redo this, I'd probably throw 4 of them in here, just because I like that control and making my opponent choose up to only 2 to keep. That's pretty good, especially maybe late game when maybe I'm getting overrun. Because I am playing Angels here, so I am looking for a longer game. It's not really an early game deck. This is more later on. So by that time, my opponent, maybe with running red, can overwhelm me with a lot of tokens. At that point, green, maybe a Stompy getting up there with their big beast they have, and that's known for the green color there. So maybe I'm using this to try to limit what I'm going up against later on. Swamp, Eternal Thirst, another Fortified Rampart, another Angel. That should be the 4th Lightning Bolt, another Eternal Thirst, full colored Swamp. I do love how these look. I love that compared to having, you know, just the text down here. I do like the full. Yeah, another Plains there. Another Plains. Okay. So I do have an English one of these. I'm not sure why I got crazy or even how I came across. You know what? I think I bought a random Russian booster because I think a card shop here did have a box of Russian, and I thought maybe adding some color, some more possessed the deck might have been cool. But regardless, you know, throw her back there. English here. Giselia, hope I'm saying that right. The Broken Blade. 2 in color, 2 white, which I think is pretty fair for a 4/3 with a flying for strike and another lifelink. I am definitely increasing my life here. I love that. At the beginning of your end step, if you both own and control the Broken Blade and a creature named Bruna, the Fading Light, exile them, then meld them into Briselia, a Voice of Nightmares, which, looking at the flip here, is a 9/10. I want to see if I have that. Murder, another Angelic Wall. Swamp. You know what? Let's just rapid fire these now. All right, hit the tripod there. But let's just rapid fire these. These are probably gonna be already covered. So we have a Swamp, a Thriving Rats, Chaplain's Blessing. I don't think I've covered this, but it's just a land, Sandstone Bridge. Just tapped, and then when it enters the battlefield, target creature gets 1/1 and gains Vigilance till end of turn. Huh? Oh, 2 right here. I do like that 1/1. It's only until the end of the turn, but I don't know. Drop that. Turn through 4, 5, 6. That's a nice little boost. Maybe get you over a little hump you're trying to get across. Hey, I do have another Archfiend of Depravity here. I'm surprised. I have 2 in this deck, and then a full color Swamp. So I do not have the other card required for this, and that is very interesting. I have no idea why I wouldn't run that, unless, again, this is I was trying to be budget conscious back then, but I have to, I don't know, do some price charting to see how much that Bruno was going for, because I think that would have been a good compliment and definitely good end game kind of 9/10. What are you gonna do against that? I do have my laptop here. I just want to look up a quick price of that Bruna on TCG Player. Bruna, what is it? Bruna the Fading Light. Looking at TCG Player, lightly played, $4.64. So, the chart is only showing up to a year back, and yeah, I mean, I need more than that. I stopped playing in 2017, and I want to say the set maybe came out 2014-ish, maybe 2015. I'm not 100% sure. So it's probably pricier back then with it being standard. But I mean, now with that price, I would probably pick up a few and add it to this deck if I ever redid it or revamped it. That's a pretty cool thing there. Let's just take it out of the case really quick. Look at the back. Because this is a flip. Ooh. Why was I not running another? Why was I not running that? It must have been a price thing. Again, I had limited money. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have the data in front of me for that far back for prices, but man, that would have been beautiful to throw out and pull off on a few games. All right, so that's it for this deck. Join me again as I look through another deck that I have in my overflowing collection. Thanks for watching.